We are starting a new chapter in life, and this is the mask that I'm using today. I left it on a little too long, it's all dried out now, but I feel like it did good. So, have you guys heard of 75 Hard? I'm still finishing my coffee protein. I mix them both together for macro reasons, but it's actually really good this way. Have you guys heard of 75 Hard? It's about discipline, and that's fine. I don't need any more discipline in my life. What I need is structure. So I decided to do my own take on 75 Hard, where I focus on 4 lanes of my life. And what it's going to do is increase my life value and happiness and productivity, things like that, instead of me just disciplining myself into exercising 5 times a day. I came up with this calendar, and here's my non-negotiables for every day. Let me just read them off to you real quick. I'm doing skincare morning and night. I'm tracking all my macros. I took a couple of weeks off, I'm not gonna lie. Tracking macros is definitely a lifestyle in itself. So, took a couple weeks off. I'm back going hard, tracking everything, even if I cheat. But I have do not cheat on keto right here because I've gotten slack the past couple of weeks. Clean one room or area in the house and declutter as needed. So sometimes it's overwhelming to think I have a 3-story house and I have to clean it all in one day. No, you don't. But if you take a section and you clean at it and clean at it and clean at it and move around, eventually it's going to get clean. I've already done the living room, I've organized the pet cabinet, and I've started on the kitchen. Oh, and I did the first floor bathroom and the garage. So I did those a few days ago. I forgot about this. Walk for 30 to 60 minutes a day. 30 if I'm running out of time, 60 if I have the time and the energy to do it. And then I do a program with my keto. It's a PT program. And it kind of just helps because I was a truck driver for 13 years. My body hurts. I also have Hashimotos. I have chronic pain all the time. So I'm doing PT to help strengthen and just feel better. It's low impact. I actually feel better on the days I do it because it like stretches everything out versus the days I don't do it. And then I just kind of feel tighter and stiffer and I just can't move as well. And then it says, if I'm up to it, do exercise. There again, some days I'm really hurting and I can't do the exercise. But if I feel up to it, then I want to incorporate. It's not a hard, fast rule. It's just something I'm going to try to do. And then professional productivity for 3 hours every day. I work on several different things. My YouTube channel, I'm trying to start a business, but I keep having like blockage with that and I'm struggling. And then I actually have a full-time job, and then I've got a few side jobs that I do. I do nails and I DoorDash, and I actually might get into the house cleaning business. I just have a few projects I'm working on. So I wrote down professional, personal, keto, and house on every day. Hey, lay down, lay down. My dog is getting so crazy right now. He's got like the zoomies and the cats don't want to play with him, so I'm trying to get him to settle down. Lay down. Like a boy. I wrote all those down right there, and then I can just mark them off as I get them complete for the day. On 75 Hard, you put like a whole sticky note calendar and you just waste like 75 stickies, and I didn't want to waste it. So I thought this would be a little better. Yesterday was my first day back on keto, like strict, and I feel better. I feel better. During the holidays when I was off of my routine, I just really struggle. I struggle. I'm one of those rigid routine people that just absolutely has to stay as strict on schedule as possible or else I just can't function. And it kind of mimics like depression when I'm not on my routine. And not that I have depression or anything. My skin is so soft, and I don't know if it was this mask or because I'm using, hold on, let me go get it. These are two products I've been using regularly now, the Medicube Zero Pore Pad and the Elemis. It's the Skin Bliss capsules. It's a day and night thing. And I was like, well, I'm doing skincare day and night. Let's go ahead and knock these out. These are like little oil packets, and I'll give you the review on these later, but my skin is so soft and I don't know what it's from. So that's really cool. I've still been using this, but I did find another neck lotion that I want to try. It's by 8 Saints. You know, I love that brand. So I was thinking of trying that one next once I get this one finished. And let's see if we can see a difference. I bruised my collarbone the other day. Skinny girl problems. Never had that when I was chunkier. And can you see it? Oh yeah, it's so blue. That's crazy. Do you know what I did? I literally leaned on the buggy at the grocery store. Do you say cart or do you say buggy? I think it's a southern thing to say buggy. Anyways, I leaned down. I was trying to get something, and the buggy was there, and my fiance was standing at the back of the buggy, and I didn't think anything of it, and I just kind of pressed against it, and it like bruised my collarbone. I'm like, okay. So that's a thing. Also, huge news. I don't even know how to say it. So this week, it's going to happen. I am going to hit 100 pounds lost this week. Any day now. Now, the only thing that may stop me from losing it this week is because my period's like on the verge of starting. And that, like, you get inflammation. But honestly, being on the keto, I don't bloat as much as I used to because I'm controlling all my inflammation with the food and stuff. I'm just filming today, so we're going to skip a lot of products. If you're like, oh, she didn't prime, it's a crime. Tell me if you know which YouTuber says that. Not priming is a crime. Anyways, that might be the only thing that stops me from hitting it, but I am literally 4 pounds away from hitting my 100-pound. I don't really have a number in mind. I just know I'm not done. And I just want to do it till I feel right. And maybe it's 10 more pounds. I don't know. I don't think it'll be 10 more pounds. I think it'll be closer to another 50. I don't want to be super skinny, skin and bones, especially if this is what happens when you're too skinny. I don't want to bruise all the time. My hair loss is getting under control right now too, which is crazy because now I'm like super strict keto. So I might lose my hair again. But I did get a new keto coach. Sad. This is technically my third keto coach. The first one I had, he wasn't for me. I don't know. It wasn't great. He wasn't really helping me. I was really struggling. And he went on vacation one day or for a few days. And when your coach goes on vacation, they put in another coach. You're never alone. If your doctor goes on vacation, there's always a backup doctor. There's always a rotation. You always have access to somebody, even on the weekends and the holidays. There's a coach and a doctor on call, or you can talk to them at any time. So as a client, I'm never alone when it comes to my keto journey. I do medical keto in case you're new here. I know I have a lot of new subscribers. Thank you. Love you. So yeah, I never feel alone. But when I first started, I felt so alone. My coach was not the person for me. And I ended up switching coaches. When he went on vacation, the stand-in coach, she was amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, you've helped me so much more in the 2 days than he did like 2 weeks. And so I was like, can you be my permanent coach? And she was like, yeah, let me get it switched and I'll be your primary coach. So I've had her this whole time, basically. I only had him for like 2 weeks. And then I've been on keto for almost a year now. So she was my coach this whole time. However, and I'm so happy for her, but she ended up having a baby. And so she told me she was taking extended leave after the baby, and then so I was going to get a new coach. And so while I'm sad because I really liked her, but at the same time, I'm like, new beginnings. It's a new year, a new journey in keto because I'm 100 pounds lighter and I know what I'm doing now. And of course, so happy for her. I think we need to clean out my makeup bag because I am struggling finding stuff. But anyway, so I got a new coach and she's great. I've talked to her several times. I've had her for about a few weeks now. Everybody in the program just did a reboot last week, but I told her, I was like, I'm going to do the reboot, but I want to finish my tomatoes before I started because tomatoes aren't strict keto, but I can handle tomatoes and I love tomatoes and I want to eat tomatoes all the time because I love tomatoes. If you didn't know this, I'm addicted to tomatoes and Celsius and Proffy. She did ask me what was one of my goals this round. And one of my goals is to start eating breakfast again. If you remember a couple of months ago, I kind of told y'all, but not really told y'all, but I got really sick off of E. coli. I had E. coli for 3 weeks. I was so sick. And I went to the doctor several times, and even the doctor was like, let's see if we can get it to clear up. And then I ended up getting on prescription to help clear it up. But man, that was tough. And I recently talked to my doctor not too long, and I was like, I'm still struggling eating. So for the past month or so, I've been taking a probiotic, and I just finished taking that. I don't like to take one every day, but I did for like a month. And with that, I feel like I'm able to eat better now. My stomach bacteria, I feel like, is more settled and more balanced because when you're on keto, you wipe a lot of that bacteria out and then you kind of keto bacteria, right? Because your diet's so clean. Oh, and it's so clean that I used to have acid reflux, almost to GERD. It was pretty bad. The doctor literally told me one time, he was like, if you don't get your acid under control, you're gonna have neck cancer. And I was like, cool. So it is what it is. But being on keto, I've actually stopped having acid reflux. I've stopped taking my medication for it, and I'm good. It makes a world of difference. My body is not the same body it was a year ago. Not even with the weight loss. The inflammation, I used to swell into a balloon all the time, and I don't do that anymore. I don't have acid reflux anymore. I don't have thick hair anymore. But all that to say is one of my goals this round is to get to eating breakfast again. I haven't done that in a very long time. This is empty, and I'm going to save this because I love this color. It's the Beauty Vault, I don't know, for Flora. So pretty. Let's try to get the last little bit. The one thing I like about my program too is they don't make you feel bad. They don't force you. They don't do anything. They just encourage you and they keep you on track if you want them to. They don't micromanage or anything. So it's like, I tell them what I'm doing. I skip mascara because we're going to do a mascara. But like, I tell them if I'm trying new foods, I tell them I'm going to start the Reboot a week late. It's very customizable to me in my life, and it's not like a program that's rigid and I feel like I'm failing. And I think that's why it's so successful, because this is changing your life, changing your habits. And I'm so happy with my progress. I'm so happy with where I am. And I just want to tighten back up from the holidays with the not 75 hard. I don't know what the series name's going to be called, but I'll do a series on it. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably do like weekly recaps. Let me know if you want to see like the actual day-to-day, but probably just going to do recaps. But yeah, I think new year, new me, new goals. One of the things I'm going to do is just get back into routine a little bit more. I love the routine. I'm very rigid with my schedule. So just having my to-do list in front of me and being able to check everything off is so satisfying. But I have a lot of filming to do, so let's get to it.